The baby, are you the dumb? Like, hey guys, what is going on, and thank you for watching one of my videos. I'm Stephanie, just in case that you did not know. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the BET Awards that happened last night. Today is Monday, June 29th. And the BET Awards did their first ever virtual award show ever. Like, no other award show has ever done this. And it was last it was last night. And I want to just, you know, get my little review or whatever. And we can just sit here and just talk about it. You know, just there are some things I want to discuss. So let's just go ahead and just jump right into it. Like I said last time with the virtual BET Awards, Amanda Seales was the host. She paid homage because it was also 40 years of BET in general. And then it was a 20-year anniversary of the BET Awards itself. I used to be a really big fan of the BET and BET Awards. It was more so like a FUBU type. When it originally was created in its genesis, it was supposed to be like a FUBU type of company. It was supposed to be for us, by us. It was supposed to be like a black-owned, producing, showing black entertainment. That's what literally what's called, Black Entertainment Television, the capital B in black. And so as the years have progressed, I guess when they decided to get bought out by Viacom, I don't know if they were always owned by Viacom, but I've noticed that when the when everyone really realized that it was owned by Viacom, they're the same parent company who owns MTV, VH1, and I want to say CBS, because it did play on CBS last night. It just became real whitewashed, and it had the potential to be something huge, but all they do is just show the same award show and Baby Boy, like, all the time. Maybe occasionally a Friday, and then now, like, with Tyler Perry collabing with them, it's a whole bunch of, like, don't get me started on Tyler Perry. I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry. Never have, just not a fan of him. That's another conversation for another day. But so it's just like, it's kind of like whitewash black entertainment nowadays. So I don't necessarily watch BET oftenly, if ever, honestly. You know, no shade, no tea. But and so I did watch the BET Awards last night because I really was just interested on how this was gonna work with it being a virtual award show. It just honestly reminded me of like 106 & Park. Like, it was really just like video, like, it felt like the performance, because the performances were so like theatrical. It honestly just felt like a music, like I was just watching music videos the whole night, and it was just like you know, videotapes of people like receiving their awards and stuff like that. Now Amanda Seales honestly did a really great job. You know, she is, you know, the, you know, blackity black queen. She loves to make sure that everything is all about blackness, and I appreciate her. But I mean, there's some of her policies I don't agree with, but I will say she did a good job. She can be problematic sometimes. But all in all, she did a really good job. I liked how she, like I said, it was like a 40-year anniversary of the actual like network itself. So she did pay homage to multiple shows. Like, she did Cedar's World, she did Rap City. I saw her do 106 & Park. And I was really proud of the fact that they finally were showing like also black empowerment type of commercials as well. I watched it on BET. I didn't watch it on CBS. So if you watch it on CBS, did they have the same commercials? Let me know. Because all the commercials really centered around blackness. Like, the whole entire from 8 to 11, which I was shocked that it actually started and ended on time. Because BET Awards has never done that. They like, it was just really like blackity black. But the only thing that it kind of felt like to me was like, they were like, oh, we're the good black master, like, we're not like the other ones, we're good black over here. And I feel like they did that because of it airing on CBS, and CBS is a predominantly white audience. predominantly white older audience that watches CBS. I mean, don't get me wrong, I watch CBS, but it's a predominantly white older, like mid, like baby boomers type of audience that they cater to. And so I feel like they were doing that just to show like, hey, you know, white man, I's a good black. That's what I felt like. But I's not like the other black, so I's a good black. You know, like that's what I felt. Now there were some performances that I did like. There were a few actually. My absolute favorite has to be Chloe and Haley. Sis, y'all did that. Yes, ma'am. Like, it was tennis court featuring Haley and Chloe. Like, Chloe and Haley, excuse me. Like, y'all did that. And it's just, and I loved how they paid homage to the Destiny's Child era of the Lose My Breath video, because, you know, they battled themselves. They did 2 songs. They did Forgive Me and they did Do It. And I honestly just love them. I've been listening to their Ungodly Hour album a lot, and it just, excuse me, it their voices, because their voices are so different. Like Haley has such a like soprano, like I could see her doing opera, like musical type of voice, and Chloe has such a like soul, like deep not necessarily baritone, but like more like an alto voice, and the way that they complement each other so well, it's just like, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love y'all. Love it. Love it. Love y'all. All of that. I also did like Meg Thee Stallion's performance. I felt like a whole clown thinking that Beyonce was gonna come out here, because you know they both live in LA now. Like I'm not mistaken, like Meg lives in Los Angeles now, or at least in the Los Angeles area. I don't think she lives in Houston anymore. And so I was just slick hoping, hoping that she was gonna pop out. But I love the fact that Meg, she made sure that all her background dancers had on masks, even though she didn't have one on, but I mean she was performing. So, but like I said, all these videos really just gave me like music video, because all these videos were lip sync. Like they were all lip sync performances. Like it was just like track playing in the background, because there's no way that there's absolutely no way that any of those performances were live. Absolutely not, because just the way that the acoustics work in all of these settings and stuff like that, they were just music videos. That's all it was just music videos. And so I really did love that she had her mask on. Like really, like, please y'all, wear your mask. Wear your mask when you go out in public, please. Hey, did you hear me? Wear your mask. And so I really love that she, like, you know, highlighted that. I love the whole like industrial type of like thing. It really reminded me of the Pussycat Dolls. And Beyonce did a similar construction on the BET Awards, if I'm not mistaken, like back when she first went solo, back in the early 2000s. I remember her doing that with Jay-Z, doing like the whole Crazy in Love things. I remember them up at the top. Anyway, that's not the moral of the story. I loved it. I also love Brody Rich's performance. Like honestly, I never knew what Brody Rich looked like. Did not think he looked like that, but he was cute or whatever. It was real funny, because there was like a meme going around there like Brody Rich. It was like nobody Brody Rich, and it was like a guy with like bug eyes, like trying to show off his hazel eyes so bad. Like I said, I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't think he was gonna look like that. He's a real small man. I don't even know if he's a man, so I don't want to like sexualize him. But he is a cutie pie. I will say that. And not even because of his like hazel eyes. Because you know, lighter eyes plays in that whole desirability politics. So I'm not saying because of his eyes, but he's a little cutie pie. He needs to see a dermatologist though. No shade, no tea. Anywho, I like John Legend's performance. I like the whole, like, you know, once again, the like whole industrial like type of thing with just him and the piano. He had the choir dressed in all black. They was like, yes ma'am, thank you, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Y'all, what was the baby thinking? Like, I can't even watch this whole performance because as soon as like, because at first, you know, the performance first started off with like a zoomed in on his face and he was laying down. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I knew he was on the ground, but as soon as like the camera started to widen out, a girl had to turn it off. So I didn't watch his whole video. I didn't watch his whole performance. The baby, are you dumb? Like, why would you think that was okay to do? Like, once again, it's like people are like, sorry, my chair was going down. Once again, it's like people are trying to like capitalize off of Black death, and him of all people had like, you knew better, and everyone was like, oh my, like it was like half and half on Twitter. Everyone was like, oh my god, it was such a good performance, it's such a message. No, you don't have to exploit Black death in order to get a message across. You don't have to, especially because the baby's been on like everyone's like radar, because he's been saying some real problematic stuff when it comes to the police. Like, this is the same person who like praised the police, and so I don't understand, like, now all of a sudden you want to sit here and say, oh well, I was assaulted by the police, which is why he did, you know, back in 2017, because he was trying to justify his performance. And I'm just like, are you dumb? Like, you gotta be. Are you dumb? Like, you're disgusting. Like, the baby is disgusting. Like, I'm like, you do this, like, it hasn't even literally been a month. Well, it's been over a month now. It's been, I want to say this is like, we're going on a month now that George Floyd has died, and you decide, and like, they've been, I mean, don't get me wrong, his whole family has been capitalizing on his death as well, because they've been parading this man around the whole entire country, having funerals every other day. You know, I don't understand why you want to, you know, have a dead body just travel around the whole fucking country. Like, it's just, you know, like it's a statue. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like, we're coming off of, you know, George Floyd's death, and he, you know, literally this is how he died. He was like, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back when it comes to the protest. But then it's just like, you could, like, if you wanted to make a message like that, you could have done so many other things. You could have done so many other things. Once again, you could have done so many other things. You decided to do that. Like, are you dumb? Like, you gotta be dumb. Like, you gotta be dumb. I'm sorry, there's no ifs, ands, and points about it. You gotta be dumb. And it's like, you could have used that to highlight the fact that Breonna's killers are still alive. You know, well, excuse me, you could have highlighted the fact that Breonna's killers are still walking free. I'm all for, you know, you using your platform to make a message. I just felt like it was just like, no. And I felt the only reason the people that they were doing these like blackity black type of performances were because, you know, like I said, it was playing on CBS. It was in poor taste. It was disgusting. It was just, no. I was already not the biggest fan of him, and then his politics that have been coming into question, like, which is what he's been saying on Twitter. He's just he's just another reason that like men just like, you just want to just wring their freaking necks so much. Like, you the same, like, this is the same person who has multiple times been caught by the media for beating up on women. Like, you literally punched a woman in her face. You literally kicked a woman. Like, there are so many things that you have done that are so problematic. And this just adds to it. And you want to sit here and say, oh, well, you know, the police assaulted me. Whatever he said in his tweet, child. The police assaulted me in 2017. But you were just praising them like not too long ago. So yeah, my blood pressure is going up. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. He just infuriates me, like, so much. He just infuriates me, like, to the point where I just want to just just shake him. Like, sir, like, wake up. Like, you do dumb stuff. Like, it's just like, and it just goes back to my previous video of just like, black men do better. Like, do better. So, moving on swiftly and professionally. I want to talk about Beyonce and her Humanitarian award. As y'all know, I am the biggest Beyonce fan. I absolutely love Beyonce. Giselle knows Carter. Love everything about her. I have been recently like questioning my own ethics and my own like I've been doing a lot of self-awareness, really, like as of like 2020. Like, it's been 2020 has been a year of accountability, and I've been like changing the way that I think, the way that I feel, the way that I see things, like my internal bias, my implicit bias, excuse me, is the correct term. And so it's just like there are certain things about her that I'm really like questioning, and it's like, and it's really like me, because it's like I hold her to such a high standard that I want more of her. I can't hold musicians and rappers and actors to the same level that I hold an activist to, and so it is what it is. And I guess because like I have so much confidence in people like No Name, who use their music for good and all this kind of other stuff, and it's like I just feel like with Beyonce, like her whole like Black power movement that she's been like going through is like an aesthetic. It's like, I don't, you know what I'm saying, I just, don't get me wrong, she's always been about women, always have been, always will be, because like she's always had a all woman cast, she's always done this, but it's like as of late, I don't know, I feel like it's an aesthetic, and I don't know. Anywho, another moral of the story. So Michelle Obama gives her the Humanitarian Award, and she had Tyler Perry also in the little package, like introducing her. I thought it was really funny that she actually accepted the award. Beyonce hasn't been to the BET Awards and God knows how long. The last time she was there was when her and Kendrick Lamar performed Freedom, and then she left. Like, she received an award. She wasn't even, I don't even think she was there for the award. She left right after the performance and went right back on tour. And that was the first time she's been there in like years, because of what they did to Blue Ivy, because they just allowed, you know, grown people to talk about a child. And so we ain't forget about y'all, sis. We BET, we ain't forget, sis, y'all sat there and dogged a child, which is once again, it's just like a Black girl can't even be a child. Like, y'all want to sit here and y'all want to demonize a baby for looking like her father. And it's like the only reason I say she looks like her father is because of her Black features, because she had a nose, she had lips. And y'all demonize a child for having Black features, but y'all are a Black entertainment television network. She kept a real short, sweet, to the point. She was like, thank you, but go vote. And it was like, I hate that she said that, because like there's like this really big misconception that Black people don't vote, and Black people do vote. I recently did early voting this past election. It was June 9th here in Georgia. That was our election day, and I voted like the week before. And it's really problematic to say that, because like when I went to early voting, it was all Black people in line with me. I sat in line for like 2.5, almost 3 hours in the rain to early vote, and it was all Black people, and like there were some white people, but it was majority Black people that were out there, and in elderly, like they were in wheelchairs, they were like with crutches, like it was like we were out there. And so, like I said, I waited 2.5 hours, and I got there, and then after I got there, there was a lot of people behind me too. So it's like, you can't sit here and say that Black people don't vote, and that's absolutely not true. The voter suppression is real. Just here in Georgia, like, it caused national attention. It happens every election, by the way, here in Georgia, where the polls don't work, but they just worked like 2 days ago to do early voting. Every time that we have an election, the Supreme Court always gets involved. People went out. We were waiting out in the rain. There were people who literally stood in line at 6:30 a.m. to make sure they were there by 7 when the polls opened. We're running it. We're saying that the actual electronic ballots weren't working, and they had to wait for somebody official to come from the Capitol to certain places. Like, there's so many attacks that they do when it comes to long wait times. It comes to broken machines. It comes to all this stuff, and it's like, you act like, I hate when people just act like Black people don't vote. Black people vote. So it's just like, I didn't like that. I also didn't like her whole little package, because like part of her, like her Be Good, because she was celebrated for her Be Good Foundation, which is primarily focused in just Houston. She has like affordable housing. I've never been to Houston, so I didn't know this. And so they really focus on like housing. They focused on like, they just recently did like COVID free testing, and then recently they partnered up with Global Citizen, I want to say is the name of the foundation. That's where Tyler Perry comes into play, and he was talking about that. And girl, they had the nerve to talk about Africa like it was a whole country. Like, it's a continent. I was like, are y'all dumb? Like, why would I do that? They were like, oh yeah, they went to Africa and they helped. Where in Africa? I digress, child. But either way it goes, it was cute. I liked it or whatever. I actually liked the virtual thing. my favorite performance besides Chloe, I forgot, Chloe and Haley, was Summer. This is the type of setting that Summer really thrives in, because as we know, she deals with social anxiety. And I hate when people be like, oh well, she does this, that, and the third on Instagram, and it's like, girl, she in the privacy of her own home. You can do anything you want to in the privacy of your own home. That's why most people who have social anxiety thrive on social media, because they're able to express themselves how they want to express themselves and be social without the anxiety of being around actual people. And so it was real intimate. Like, don't get me wrong, Session 32 is like my absolute favorite Summer Walker song ever. Like, that's like, Summer, you did that when it came to that song. And the way like Usher's voice just sounds like butter when he just sings so slow. Like, don't get me wrong, Come Through was like my favorite song of the whole entire album, but I didn't realize I was gonna like an acoustic version. I was like, oh, it was, yeah, it was like butter. It was like butter on like a hot piece of toast, and the way it just spreads. Oh my god, it was just so good. I didn't like how they focused too much on black men with the whole, like, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, as if our trans brothers and sisters are not out here dying. Literally a trans woman just died. I'm like, a girl by the name of Brayla Stone was just murdered. And so, and mind you, she was only 17 years old. This would have been the perfect time to bring awareness to her death. And it's like, once again, it's just like black cishet men are once again the primary focus of, you know, black trauma. So I wish I would have done that. I also saw, you know, a Saweetie. Every time I hear Saweetie, I think about Kim Zolciak and how she talks to her little slave or whatever. Saweetie. I didn't like her little performance that she had with, first of all, I hate tap in. Like, we all know that Saweetie wouldn't be Saweetie without her light skin. She did the whole little video with Nikita Dragon as if Nikita Dragon isn't problematic AF. Like, AF. Like, I'm glad that you brought awareness to trans women, but sis, you could have done a black trans girl. And so she's hella problematic when it comes to the black community. Like, she is a known bona fide appropriator, like through and through. Like, everything about her is appropriation. It could have been better, sis. You could have picked somebody else. It could have been better. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the 2020 BET Awards. I hope you guys truly enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about the BET Awards, what you liked, what you didn't like, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Let's go have a discourse down in the comment section down below. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next one, sis. Bye!